Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our New York studio. I'm Chris Taylor. We begin in the Middle East, where missiles have struck the United States Embassy compound in Baghdad, dramatically escalating tensions in the region amid the ongoing conflict involving Iran and the United States. According to reports, at least one projectile landed inside the heavily fortified Green Zone, the area that houses diplomatic missions and Iraqi government buildings. Fortunately, there were no immediate reports of casualties, though security alerts were triggered throughout the compound. Officials believe the attack may be linked to Iran-aligned militias operating in Iraq, groups that have previously targeted American facilities in the country. The incident comes as the wider confrontation between Washington and Tehran continues to intensify. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned that the United States could target Iran's Karg Island oil hub if Tehran disrupts shipping through the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. The warning underscores growing fears that the conflict could expand further across the Gulf region. Meanwhile, debate is intensifying inside Washington over the future direction of the war. White House advisor David Sacks has publicly urged the United States to, in his words, declare victory and exit the ongoing Iran conflict. Sacks argued that American forces have already significantly degraded Iran's military capabilities and that now may be the right moment for a negotiated exit. He warned that prolonging the conflict could put vital Gulf oil infrastructure and regional water systems at risk. His remarks highlight divisions within the Trump administration over war strategy, even as President Trump continues to apply military pressure while asserting U.S. dominance in the region. The widening conflict is also taking a toll on global maritime activity. Dozens of Indian seafarers are currently stranded near the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important shipping corridors. Reports say many of the sailors have been stuck at the Iranian port of Bandar Abbas for weeks due to escalating drone and missile attacks that have effectively halted maritime traffic in the area. Several Indian sailors are reported to have been killed, while others remain missing. Indian authorities say they are coordinating with international partners to secure safe passage for the crews, but many ships remain unable to move as the security situation continues to deteriorate. At the same time, concerns are growing about another possible escalation in the region. Israel is reportedly preparing to expand its ground offensive in Lebanon, potentially targeting areas south of the Litani River and Hezbollah's military infrastructure. According to reports citing Israeli and U.S. officials, the operation could become Israel's largest invasion of Lebanon since the 2006 war. Israeli forces have already positioned military divisions along the border and issued evacuation warnings for residents in parts of southern Lebanon. Lebanese authorities have expressed alarm about the possibility of widespread destruction, while diplomatic efforts are underway to explore potential ceasefire negotiations. Turning now to South Asia, where regional tensions have drawn international attention. China is urging restraint as disputes between Pakistan and Afghanistan continue along their shared border. For more on this, we go to our Islamabad correspondent, Sarah William.
China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi has called on both Pakistan and Afghanistan to resolve their growing border tensions through dialogue and consultation rather than force. Speaking during diplomatic engagements this week, Wang warned that military escalation could worsen the crisis and threaten stability across the wider region. Beijing has offered to mediate between the two sides, emphasizing that restraint and ceasefire are essential to prevent further deterioration. Afghan officials have welcomed China's involvement, reiterating that Kabul seeks peaceful solutions and does not want its territory used for attacks against neighboring countries.
Our thanks to Sarah William reporting from Islamabad. Back in the Gulf region, U.S. officials say 5 American Air Force refueling aircraft were struck and damaged during an Iranian missile attack on Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia. The aircraft involved are Boeing KC-135 Stratotankers, a critical component of U.S. aerial refueling operations in the region. Officials say the planes were damaged while on the ground but were not destroyed, and fortunately no casualties have been reported. The aircraft are currently undergoing repairs. With these latest strikes, the total number of U.S. refueling aircraft damaged or destroyed in the region in recent days has risen to at least 7, highlighting the growing intensity of the confrontation. And finally, global energy markets are reacting sharply to the escalating conflict in the Middle East. Oil prices have surged as fears grow that fighting could disrupt supplies from one of the world's most important energy-producing regions. Brent Crude, The international benchmark has climbed more than 42% since U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran triggered the current crisis. Market data shows Brent rising from around $72 per barrel in late February to roughly $103 by the end of trading this week, including an 11% increase in just the past 7 days. Meanwhile, West Texas Intermediate crude has surged even higher, rising more than 47% since the conflict began and reaching nearly $99 per barrel. Analysts warn that continued instability in the oil-rich Middle East could keep global energy markets volatile in the weeks ahead. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.